I'd like to thank Juliet Peters of Framework Legal for joining us on this Delta Business Bite about legal landmines, also known as contract gotchas.
The first clause that we really have questions are and people don't understand are what are reps and warranties and why are they important?
All right, so representations and warranties, these are examples of representation and warranties. They are in every contract. Sometimes there may only be 2 or 3 in a business contract. In a sale of a business, they're the guts of the contract. And essentially what a representation and a warranty is it's a promise. It's a promise between the parties as to here are the conditions that you're walking into. And these are the promises that we are making to you throughout the contract. So for an example, a representation and warranty you'll always see is that, you know, this is a duly authorized corporation. All of its technical and legal ducks are in a row. And I, the party signing this contract on behalf of the company, have the ability to make that promise on behalf of the company. That's a really simple one. You'll see that in a lot of contracts. And then they get very complicated. In a contract where you're buying someone's business, something like the financial rep is critical to that. And what that looks like is, look, this is all of the information we gave you, buyer, related to our finances. And we're standing behind that promise we made to you. Sometimes there's a litigation, there's no litigation, for example. You'll see that in a lot of contracts because that's an important thing for someone to know. Is the company you're getting in business with, does it have litigation? Would that litigation mean something to you, right? And so a lot of times what we'll do is, you know, we'll have maybe exceptions to those representations and warranties, those promises, and those go in the back of the contract in the disclosure area, right? So they're, on the one hand, you're promising the conditions are going to be what you say they're going to be, and then on the other hand, if there are any exceptions to those conditions, those go in the disclosure statement. So that's just kind of a general overview of representations and warranties. They're super important. In a purchase agreement, you must have them if you're the buyer or the seller. Really, I mean, once in a blue moon, if you're buying some assets, for example, you might have everything as is, right? I'm making no promises to you at all. You're buying it because you looked at it, and that's right. But that's not the lion's share of the deals that we see, right?
No. In fact, this is where most of the, shall we say, legal lawsuits fall.
It's a huge issue. If you breach one of these promises, then the buyer, if you're the seller, has the ability to come back to you. And if you're a seller and you don't look carefully enough, that's where one of the gotchas come in, right?